Missin Curfew fans, big fella. Vegas All-Star Weekend. We have some special edition interviews. Started off with Brady Tkachuk and Jack Eichel. Two of the best interviews we had all weekend.
National Leaguers, All-Stars, Vegas, baby. It was an unbelievable weekend.
It's an unbelievable weekend. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to drop some interviews that we've done with 7 guys, 7 players, 7 All-Stars. And to us, these guys, thank you to them for coming out.
Thank you.
But we're going to start it off with 2 legends, 2 American-born kids that are absolute beauties. Brady Tkachuk, Jack Eichel.
USA. Updogg All-Star Weekend continues, and we got a young, this guy, we love him.
He's an all-star.
Yeah. Brady Tkachuk. Brady, thank you for coming, buddy.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
you are
it.
what we call a little bit of a throwback pro, so we have a lot of appreciation for you and your game and your whole family. We love your brother and obviously Big Walt, the whole crew.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate it. Love listening to the podcast. It's great.
So you were supposed to go to Scottsdale with Maddie, right? So I was texting with Maddie, and then once you got named, I fired him a text. So we really appreciate you. I saw you in Vegas real quick at the McGregor fight, you and your brother and Maddie. I got your brother in trouble last year. I just threw out. I'm like, you'd be a good St. Louis Blue. I woke up the next morning, my Twitter was going through the roof. I'm like, hey, I was just saying he fit in nice with the squad. So.
Oh, he was loving it. He was like, hey, look at this. People are talking. So midsummer, get the people going.
Yeah. No press is bad press.
Yeah.
We've been known to throw a few things out on in the fire and see what happens. But
right.
So you got your family here?
Yeah.
Old man's here.
Yeah. Parents. And we've been. They got in last night, so I think it was the quickest transition from hotel to casino we've ever been a part of. So just old man's like, all right, come meet me for a beer, and we're going right to the casino. I'm like, all right, we'll see you.
Oh, yeah. Big Walt loves the road.
Yeah.
He's an old school guy.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing like just dropping your bag off, especially in a town like this. What would your dad done if he had to play in the league when Vegas was here?
Well, I remember a story he told me that they're in Florida and Tampa for their road trip, and there's a back-to-back, and I think it was when he was with Phoenix. So they went, like him, JR, talk. They went out, and I think that the next day, he's like, all right, fellas, I'll take care of tonight, but you guys got to take care of me tomorrow. And so they played Florida, I think, got like a hat trick, 1-3-2. And then on the bus, he's like, all right, told you guys I took care of it. Take care of me tomorrow. Next day, -4. So I thought that was funny. So being here, I think there'd be a couple -4 nights after that.
Yeah, there would definitely be.
Brady, how cool is it? Like, how much has it helped you become a good pro, just being young and following your dad and being in the locker room and stuff like that? That must have helped you when you transitioned to being a pro, right?
Yeah. I mean, just seeing how he treated the trainers, his staff, teammates. Matthew and I learned a bunch from him there. And just, some of his teammates too, like Barrett Jackman was huge for Matthew and I growing up. He was such a good person, and he did so many great things and he was such a great teammate too. So he was definitely really influential for Matthew and I.
Yeah. We're big no bucket guys here. You going no bucket in warm up nowadays, or
I keep telling our team that we're going to be the team that everybody has to go no buckets down the road. We've got a couple guys, and that's the best part of the day. Like now, I'm like thinking to myself, like I can't believe like guys wear helmets. Like this is the best.
Some guys don't have good hair though, bud. Some guys just are like,
they're like, I got to go gel. And I'm like, who cares? Like,
they start
we're playing in front of no fans anyways right now.
That's exactly it. But they start to lose it young, right? And you're like, oh man, this is going to be tough. How do you tell the guy, like, okay, you might be the one guy that has to throw their helmet back on?
Well, we always joke around because a lot of our guys on our team we always chirp each other about their hairs are going. So we're going to be the team that we're gonna have the most bald guys and most no buckets. So it's gonna be funny when that day comes.
So we lost like 8 straight in Calgary, and Hartley made us wear a bucket. So we're in pit. I'm like, fuck that, boys. Let's go no buckets. You're Hudler staging, so we all go no bucket. Hartley's out there losing his mind. We ended up losing the game 4-3, but close game. And then Berkey came in and just let us have it about the no buckets. I'm like, Berkey, come on, man. Like, you feel good, play good. He's like, you got bigger problems with Brian than not wearing a bucket. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right about that, Berkey.
Yeah, they're just putting things in a hat. Like, what can we complain about?
You're going to be on waivers in 2 weeks, so fuck off.
It's either the pizza after the game, the wings, the Pepsis.
The hot dogs.
Yeah, the hot dogs, whatever it is.
Oh, those are dangerous, aren't they?
I can't believe last year we were like so excited. Like, all right, fine. Like, no fans. We're playing against the same team. So, like, at least we have hot dogs all the time. Montreal didn't have it. I was like, oh.
No way. When it rains, it pours in the North Division, doesn't it?
When those little cardboard thing comes in, there's just ketchup and dogs everywhere in Montreal.
That was my dinner. Then
win or lose, we're fucking crushing.
Then I would go to Bonanote, not for the food, for the staff. Do they still have Bonanote? That place close to Montreal.
No, I think they do. They do, but it's not. It doesn't have the limelight as it did when Big Walt was running around through there.
You would go there too, right? Bonanote
all the time with Frosty on the road. Yeah. Brady, your family quite, experienced to the NHL All-Star Weekend. This is, I think, the 8th Tkachuk family All-Star Weekend. 5 for your old man, 2 for you, 1 for your brother.
What a pro.
Do you have any stories of watching your old man at one of these when he was buzzing through when you were a youngster?
Yeah, I think the only one I remember is 2009 in Montreal. That was pretty cool. I remember didn't realize how cool it was, but got a picture with Gordie Howe, and it was unreal, and just some of the events that, and I remember Ovi, that was the year when he had the bucket hat, the Canadian bucket hat, the 2 sticks on the breakaway, so
sunglasses.
Yeah, I remember watching. I'm like, that was pretty cool. Like, we were just sitting on the ice with all the other kids. So it was they had like the Xbox room that Matt and I were always buzzing in. So it was unreal. Like I remember that one probably the most, and we had a ton of fun there.
Did you know? So when I first came in the league, this is now 2003. Our Scottsdale trips through Scottsdale, we used to go to this club down in Old Town, and word on the street was that Keith Tkachuk owned this club, or was a part owner of this club. Do you ever hear about that?
I've never heard this story.
All right, so maybe it was false. But anyway, we go in there.
Maybe you're not supposed to tell anybody.
In 15 minutes, I'm going to be like, I want to hear about this.
Where's the next All-Star game? Old Town. Okay, we're going to go to that club, that Big Walt.
He's like, I'm still owning it. It's like, where is this?
No, it was like it was a smaller place. I was always told it'd be JR going in there, Monte and the boys, and sure enough, I'm like, I follow the leaders, I follow the old guys, and we end up in Old Town, and I'm like, all right, this place ain't so bad, and you get a kind of a glimpse into what
to this place. This is all right.
It's kind of a glimpse into what the desert life was like on the road, which is pretty.
I would say
badass.
The staff in Scottsdale and Old Town is the hottest chicks in any place I've ever seen working. The actual workers there, like at Bottle
What about
Blonde.
Vancouver?
Good point. I still think Scottsdale's got it.
You compete with the Cactus Clubs of the world. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, it's easier at the Cactus Club, probably. That's for sure. But, Brady, I want to ask you about. I'm a big fan of you and your team, obviously. But how about your head coach? Like, he seems like a guy that you want to play for. Old school guy, DJ Smith.
Yeah. No, he's been great for us. He demands a lot out of each individual, but when it comes time to be outside the game, like just in the locker room, he's always there, shooting the shit with us and just talk about whatever. So I think he's great for our group, and he's definitely helped us out tremendously, and just we've been a better team because of him, and so I think we're playing well as of late here, and now we have a bunch of injuries too. So I think that just speaks to kind of everything and the the leadership we have from management coaches. So I think things are going good right now, and it's. And that's just, I think the sky's the limit for our team, so it's going to be fun.
And the way you guys finished last year, you guys were flying, and then obviously I know you were going through a contract, and as much as we hate training camp as a pro, do you think missing camp, because you guys got off to a slow start, do you think that had anything to do with the slow start, that you weren't able to be in training camp with the boys and kind of, because it was weird that you got off to a slow start?
Yeah,
the whole team, not you, the whole team.
Yeah, no, I that's kind of been our kryptonite a little bit, is just sometimes we're getting those lows too early, and I mean, of course, wanted to miss a little training camp. Wanted to miss a skate test a little bit.
I hated training camp more than anyone. But at the end of the day, it's important, I guess, right?
Yeah, no.
The second half of training camp.
No, but definitely missed out. The team did a lot of fun things together, which it's tough. Not being there, miss all your buddies and just miss being with everybody. So that was tough, and it was just a long, tough. Process, and
I was just like, pay the kid. I was texting Maddie. I'm like, what are they waiting for? Like, if I had the money, I'd give it to him. Like, what's the problem here, boys? You don't want to sign the kid or what? Like, he's your best player. He's tough. He fights.
Good for you. You got the right. I think you had the right guidance, and you did the right thing. And the team's lucky to to lock you up like that.
I want to ask you a question about being captain. I had a young captain, Landeskog, for me, and I love Landy. He's turned into arguably one of the best captains in the league. Has it changed you at all? Or you just go with the flow, being a young captain like that?
I mean, I just think it's a different responsibility now. It's but with our team, it's everybody's leading, everybody's pulling the right direction and lead by some guys lead by example, some guys vocal and stuff like that. So it's it hasn't changed that much. Where it's not just me. I think we have a good group of guys that do it together. So honestly, like we have such a close group that everybody kind of just gels and we want to make it comfortable for anybody to say whatever they need to say, and if they're pissed off with something, just get it out there. So I think we have a great group in that respect of everybody wants to win, and everybody's pulling in the right direction.
Brady, I want to ask you before we let you go. I know you have a busy weekend. You get ready for this All-Star game, but a longtime friend of mine, Chris Phillips. We did a golf tournament in Fort McMurray, where I'm from, and where he's from for 10 years plus. Old captain of the team. You see him around. You ever get to chat with him? He's a great soul, great guy. He means a lot to the city of Ottawa. Do you ever see him around?
Yeah. So we haven't seen him when COVID's been around, but. We actually had a great night
at his bar. Does he still have his
I'm
beer?
not. I don't think he does, but his jersey retirement.
Yeah,
that got out of control pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people there, and we just had a great time, and it was awesome. That was an awesome night. He deserves all the recognition. He's done so much for the team and the community, and all the charitable things that he's done. So it was a great night, and. Wish we could see a little bit more of those guys, because there's a lot of guys that live in Ottawa still, and but I don't know if he still has the bar, but I heard about it. I heard it was a good time when it was bumping.
I'm looking at your shirt. How's the greens at Old Warsaw?
Yeah, we got to play golf with you, Maddie.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
This
That'd be a blast.
That's where Prong's a member.
Yeah, sick track.
Yeah. It's Saturdays are a good day there.
Yeah.
You get our first tee time, and then all of a sudden, 3 hours later, just sit at the patio the rest of the day. So, things are good there.
That sounds like a little afternoon golf
I'd like
match
to get
at
Pronger's
O'Brien.
deep pockets. I got to be honest with you. Do you play with Prong? Is he a good player?
I have not played with him, no. Yeah. It's I think Matthew has, but I think Matthew's golfed with a bunch of St. Louis players, staff, so he's we like to chirp him a little bit.
Awesome, buddy.
Brady,
well,
thank you so much, man. We appreciate you coming in. Keep going. We're big fans of yours, buddy. Keep her humming.
Yeah, thank you.
Updogg All-Star Weekend continues here. We got our boy.
This is actually a huge surprise for me. I didn't know you were inviting.
He was working it back.
He was working it.
I've been texting with Ikes, man.
Yeah.
Me and Ikes. Our friendship started at a great place called Coachella. Ikes is such
How many friendships had started at Coachella? A few.
And a few ended.
Yeah.
And a few ended.
Touche to that.
Ikes is such a beauty. I think I was playing in Finland, or I don't know. I was out of the league for like 3 years. And the first night, me and Ikes are driving to some party. He's like, "Obs, we need a guy like you on the team." I'm calling the GM. I'm like, "Ikes, I'm not that good in the locker room, fella."
Yeah, well, between you and Fact Daddy, to have a guy like it might have spun you around in the wrong direction. I'm just gonna say.
I think we were already spinning. we were already spinning in Buffalo.
We're like, "Where's that address, Ikes? Where was this party?" Okay, we're making on the right here. We'll find it, I think.
That was
That's
actually
good.
the first time I met you too. We had breakfast with the big guy.
That's right.
You and
Lido
Sammy.
House.
Yeah, Lido House. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little hotel.
That was a great when it opened.
It was opening weekend. You guys probably
I
they
cut
didn't
the
have
ribbon on
sheets.
my door.
They probably didn't have sheets on the bed for you.
Cut the ribbon at the hotel.
Lucky them. That's all I have to say
nice.
about that.
Yeah.
Jack, thanks for having. Thanks for coming on. I mean,
Yeah.
You've obviously been through a crazy year. You got to be excited.
Yeah, now that I'm like here living,
You got to be excited.
Yeah, now that I'm here living, going to the rink every day, like getting into the routine, I guess, the season grind routine. Not that I'm playing, but like going to the rink, being around the guys. The team's really good about like letting me go on the road, and so now that I'm back to that, I'm just like, I just can't wait to start playing. Right, playing's the best part.
It is the best part.
So,
we miss it every day,
yeah.
Obs and I. In fact,
I miss
doing a little
Ikes.
podcast sometimes feel like we're playing.
I miss the paychecks. I miss the paychecks. I miss going on the road with a guy like you, but he misses playing. He's still in good shape. I think
I'm ready to go
a comeback.
anytime. I'm ready to fucking go anytime, bud. Anytime.
I think if you called the Montreal Canadiens, you might be able to get on that squad right now.
I would not go to Montreal. No chance.
It'd be tough. No fans in the
Yeah,
crowd.
not
Everything's
about that.
closed.
And speaking of fans, Jack, look around. I mean, look at this fucking place. You got T-Mobile
I
Arena
know.
right there. Are you ready to just unleash the demons on this place? Because
I know,
I
it's-
don't think this place is ready for you yet.
It's like obviously I haven't played a game, but just going down and watching the games here, it's like you're driving down Las Vegas Boulevard to play a hockey game, and you pull off at T-Mobile, and obviously you guys know how crazy the atmosphere is. It's a pretty unique place to play, no doubt. When you wake and you get this beautiful weather and all this entertainment.
There's
so
a lot of entertainment.
Ikes,
There's a lot.
how was it? I know I was texting with you a little bit, and I felt sorry for you going through the whole thing. How'd you deal with it? And, it couldn't have been easy for you, right? Like the whole.
No, it was tough.
Yeah.
It got real tough when like everyone went back to training camp.
Yeah.
Summer was summer. Like I was dealing with all my stuff, and that was sort of on the side, and it was stressful, obviously. But I was also able to like go to the gym, work out with the guys, skate with the guys. So I felt like I was in my routine. Whereas then when everyone started going back to training camp and I was just sort of like, I was in a shit spot, right?
Yeah.
I went to Buffalo quickly, did my physical, and then I was out, and I was traveling, seeing doctors. I was kind of like bouncing around a little bit, just waiting for something to happen. And that was really like, and then the regular season started, and I was like, holy shit, like this couldn't get worse. That was probably the worst part of it. But just you're like, damn, how long is this gonna drag out?
Yeah, right.
But it was nice that it got done in November, and couldn't have worked out better. Like just being here,
So so me and Uppy, we bet on every division, right? So I took the fucking Oilers, but in the Pacific, but I didn't know you were going to get dealt to Vegas. I would have taken Vegas had I known you were coming here.
I had the magic ball, but
and then all of a sudden,
I knew deep down you were
McDavid
coming.
forgets how to score goals. The Oilers lose 14 straight. I'm like, what is going on here? So I would have taken Vegas Ikes had I known you were coming,
right.
fella.
That's all right.
Ikes, explain to us right now just how the body feels and what it's like to be out there and snapping it around with your teammates, your new squad, and just where your body's at right now.
Yeah, I feel really good. Like I was just telling Obs before we went on the air, I think like after the surgery is a surgery. It's pretty easy. I was on the ice a week after, just skating in my sweats and stuff and feeling it. And then I would say the first few weeks it was sort of like getting myself to on guard against, the surgery. And then the next few weeks it was like, starting to feel better. And then as I started getting towards the end of the rehab portion of the post-op, it was like I was, feeling really good.
Now
and
let's go. Yeah.
Now I've been skating basically every day here in Vegas with the group, and as much as I can being on the ice. Now I feel like good, And
Are you just firing sauce everywhere? Are you just saucing it everywhere, Ikes?
just a lot of plays on the backhand.
Yeah, hey, when in doubt, go to the backhand, Ikes. Just go to the backhand.
It's so funny you say that because skating with Obs in the summer, like Getzy always expects Obs just to bring it on his backhand on a D-to-D and just like launch this 40-foot sauce that just lands so flat and sexy to a guy. So it's funny that, and then I have a funny story too. We were playing in Philly, and our coach Johnny Stevens at the time would fucking give a shit for like fucking up passes, and he'd say like no sauce passes today, and Scott Hartnell would not make one fucking pass on the ice. He would make an effort to do it.
I love that, eh? When
You
the coach
have to
says something,
have guys
somebody
like
does
that.
the exact opposite
You're like,
on purpose.
Hey, everyone go sauce, boys. Everyone go sauce.
Or like it'd shoot the puck, right? So you come in and fucking you make a play like late, and it fucking goes in the corner, and the coach is like, "Shoot the puck. We're not scoring any goals. Like fucking shoot the puck." And then the next guy that comes like takes a shot from the far blue line. It's like, oh yeah, I'll make a statement.
The one that used to rattle me is when you practice power play in practice, and the coach is standing in the neutral zone with the buzzer. You got to move the puck every second. Like every 2 seconds, a puck has to get off.
Oh.
I'm like, dude, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like, Nick Backstrom doesn't do that.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
I always said this about the guys that would coach the power play in the NHL. I'm like, unless my power play guys would come to me, I wouldn't even really coach you guys. Like, power play guys, they know what they're doing. If they need some advice, they'll fucking ask you. Don't tell them to go here and there. Like, they're the best players on your team.
Yeah, I think you got to have a. I
like, I'm
agree.
not
No,
saying, like, you have
I
structure
completely
on
agree.
it, a breakout
I'm completely with you. I think I think the guys have to like kind of run that.
Yeah.
The power play.
Exactly. Let the best players do what they do.
And obviously, like the coaches have their input, and we were good in Buffalo a few years, and the years that we were really good in the Peeper, the coach would, sort of let us, do our thing, and it obviously it worked out well.
So you got to be licking your chops because, listen, last year in the playoffs, the power play was the reason Vegas didn't fucking probably go to the finals, right? So that's got to be something you're probably excited to get your hands on and start getting creative with, right?
Yeah, I mean...
there's lots of talent in your room, obviously.
Yeah, there's a ton of talent. I think, like you said, you need to come up... You need to have a plan, get everyone on the same page, build a little chemistry. But, yeah I do think that that's an aspect of the game that I can definitely, help the team with. I think... power play is probably one of my strong suits, so I hope to, I hope to help the group. But, we started off pretty slow in the power play, but it's picked up for sure, and it's gotten better. And I think you guys are just it's a confidence thing too. Like you get your confidence that your power play is going to score, and
Just
go
tell
over the
Petro
boards.
to put one flat on your stick,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Petro, don't throw me that little wobble.
Yeah, you
Hey,
always say he throws wobbly passes.
Petro, you're the best D-man in the league when you're fucking on. I want you to throw me a nice little flat one, would you, buddy? Vladdy would just yell at Petro and be like, Petro, give me a fucking flat pass, you know? Like, because he's one of the best D-men.
Give me a fucking flat pass.
I love Petro. We're going to get him on, obviously. But let's switch gears a little bit and talk about some style, Jack. Hey, you got some good style.
Yeah.
You excited to kind of get out on the road again with no
COVID
attire,
protocol, yeah.
attire protocol?
That as well, right? Like
Yeah, that's nice.
the no.
I mean, look at you right now.
Yeah.
You could walk into a game like that, and I mean, fuck, it's going to be all over we'll be throwing it up on Missin Curfew on our pod, and we'll be breaking it down. But like,
I'm going to see if that flannel
talk
comes with
about
double X. I'm going to be looking on the website.
You got
for
a
that.
couple trees you need me to chop down in your backyard?
No, I like that. Though. I like that. But
you kind of got a little Mac L in you right now with the
Do I?
flannel,
Look at that
and
jacket,
the
Mac
shades.
L.
eh?
I know he
Yeah,
came over here. I don't know if
Jackies,
he was at the
eh?
rodeo before.
yeah.
Straight out of Yellowstone.
I tell you what,
That's
that jacket wasn't 50. I tell you what, that
He was-
jacket wasn't 50% off.
No.
That was one that was full price.
It was a rodeo. It was a rodeo, all right.
Flowers got the Dior Air Force Ones on though.
They're not real though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everything Flowers has is not real, except for his hat.
Those
That's really his hat.
Flowers. Those are the Dior's, aren't they? How much are those? 10 G's?
10 grand for those
You
sneakers
spent
right
10
there.
grand on a pair of shoes.
You guys
Times
know.
are good.
Buy a
O'Brien.
house then, with a spare room, and I can. Yeah, I know that was my best
Hey,
play of
do
my
you,
career.
do you
right
do
there.
so? We're gonna give our boy Larry Flowers a plug here. Do you buy some jewelry off our boy Flowers?
I do, yeah. I've gotten
do you got
some
off
stuff from him. Told myself I was gonna buy another watch that was sort of gonna be my treat for when I got healthy. So I've been kind of thinking about it. I might get another one, but
I got a guy if you
I bought
need one.
this. I bought the AP from him. I bought some watches for other people, like in Buffalo, couple trainers.
That's
Like
classy.
milestones
Boys.
and stuff.
Good for you.
Boys,
Yeah.
I got to cut you off because we're talking watches, and our boy right here, this jersey right here, started flapping. Our boy Hazy, I don't know what it was. I think we were talking about the watches, and that jersey just started flapping behind us. Our boy,
Was it the Rhino? Maybe we were talking about. He got
can you talk a little bit about the Jimmy Hayes and the family a little bit. We miss our
Yeah.
boy every day.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I know
it's,
he meant a lot to you.
Yeah, he was great. So when I first started to really get to know those guys, we would all work out together in the summer down in Foxborough and at EPS. And my first summer working out there, I had just got drafted, but I hadn't played in the NHL at all. And you had like 20, 25 NHLers in there, but it always seemed like Jimmy was always kind of the life of the party. DJ'd. He was on the sticks every day, and he was kind of like the energy. And I was a young kid, and he was always. I just remember how nice he was, right? And he always went out of his way to, joke with me, talk to me, see how I'm doing. Like he was just. I mean, you guys know he's just
the man. He is
the ultimate guy's guy. So.
Yeah, when I first got the training camp in Florida with Uppy, I met Scoopsy Broadway, and I'm dying. I'm like, is he like this every day? He said, oh yeah. And I'm like, I can't wait. And it was just every day of Broadway being Broadway.
Hey, yeah, you couldn't keep him down.
No.
He was going, and fuck, that was just.
He had me
That
laughing.
was his gift, boys. That was
The
his
one
gift.
Christmas party he had me out on, I don't know where, at Mitch's
In his
house on the
onesie?
dock. Oh, he had me laughing, but I was
Yeah.
like, this guy's too much.
Yeah, we miss him every day. And Jack, listen, we're excited to. The hockey world's excited to have you back. You're a big
Yeah.
part.
Nice
You're a
we
big
are.
part of the NHL. You're a big part of the growth of this game in America. You're an American-born player.
I know.
The game deserves you back.
I appreciate that.
And we're happy
yeah.
you're
I'm
healthy.
Looking forward to.
We're happy you're healthy. Fucking looking good, bud.
Getting
I
back,
can't
yeah.
wait till you rip this strip right up. I can't wait. We're coming
Yeah.
in to
Yeah,
watch.
we're going to
Yeah.
come in and just ride your coattails right on the strip with you, fella. We're going to just ride them as far as we can, huh?
Hey, they're good coattails to run, bud.
I gotta bring up my boy, the Fact Daddy,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, the
the Fact Daddy.
This guy, he gets more. Has he been on, by the way?
He's been on once.
Once.
He
but
came
yeah.
on and played a tune
He
for us.
big leagued me
Yeah.
after the Winter Classic.
was
He
gonna
said, I'm
say.
too busy. I said, you're too busy. I said,
damn.
fella.
Oh, he's having his third baby.
He gets
boys.
a lot of. He gets more pub on the show than anybody. I think. Yeah.
I know. I mean, he doesn't miss on or off the ice. He's having another kid, the Fact Daddy, right? He's,
Another one.
Yeah. But he meant a lot to you.
He was
Great
great.
leader,
Yeah.
yeah.
he was great. I mean, we got pretty tight in Buffalo. I was pretty pretty bummed when they traded him. What did I say to you the other day? I was walking out of this. I went to Game 7 when St. Louis played Boston in Boston because I was either going to see Factor hoist the mug
or Flowers. or Flowers.
I was either going to see Factor win it or my buddy Matt Grizzlick plays in Boston.
Yeah. Good team.
I bought tickets and I went to the game with my old man and we watched it, and obviously it was nice seeing him win, and Flowers is on the ice, but believe that. But
we won't touch on that.
We were leaving the game, and my old man looks at me and goes, "That might have been the worst trade since the Sox let go of the Babe."
Holy fuck! That text you sent me the other day, I almost fell off the couch. I'm like, we're talking about fact. He's like, tough trade. And then
Yeah,
you said
tough
that,
trade. I love
was
Bergie too. Bergie, I liked. Sabat.
That's one of the worst trades in hockey.
Well, no, Bergie, great guy. Like Sobey, great guy.
But it's just,
like,
it's not even fair. It's
like,
not fair.
He goes on, he wins the Selke, he wins the Conn Smythe in the Cup in a year, you know, like, and he was, like, there wasn't one guy in our locker room in Buff that could have said a bad word about Factor. There's not a guy that could say a bad word about him. He'd, like, you know what I mean? He'd be, like, the first guy to, like, get guys together and go, hey, let's go have some beers, let's go eat dinner or whatever, and then, like, he'd be the guy running practice after practice. He'd be working and, like...
he loves a good practice after
post-practice,
yeah.
This factor skills session.
Yeah, I would say the thing you can say about Ryan O'Reilly is the last guy at the bar, first guy on the ice, and then last guy off the ice.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say, and he didn't say a bad word about anybody or anything. Never says a bad word about anybody. He's just like a positive guy. He's just a great good
dude. Irishman, boys. He fits right in.
I was texting with me and Ike's were texting last week about Factor. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, for about 30 minutes after the game, he'd be so choked after a loss, and I'd already be out of the rink, right? I'm already out of the rink, and then he texts me, he's like, you want to go for one? I'm like, fuck, I don't know again. You want to go again? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not 21 like you, Fact Daddy, but he loves just like, he takes the losses hard, but then he's ready to get over them.
You know what? And like him, he brings guys together, and you need that.
Yeah.
You need it. You need a guy who's going to bring people together and get a team to become tight. And, like, I mean, we might not have won a lot in Buffalo, but, like, we had some. We were tight. Like, we were tight. We had a core of guys that were really close.
Yeah.
And they're all gone now, but other than Okposo, but we had a 10 or 12 guy crew, and you don't really get that.
No. How was old Chippewa Street in Buffalo? I went to a wedding there, me and Richardson. We had a couple good nights on Chippewa Street.
Did you have a couple good ones? Where'd you get out to? Recently?
No, this is years ago. When I was still in the league. This was like years ago, but I don't remember where I went. But it was kind of fun.
Yeah, you can have a good time. Yeah, Buffalo. I mean, you could go out there. I mean, the bars are open till 4.
That's nice.
I'm a Bud Light guy. The people there love their blue lights. I like Bud Light personally, but other than that, I mean, you can't knock it. I mean, there's spots everywhere. You can find one anywhere you go. And Buffalo's no different. The people like to go out and have a good time there, and rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, to the Bud Lights, boys.
Ike's, yeah, we can do this all day with you. Hey,
yeah, we're proud of you.
Thank you so much, buddy. We can't wait to see you humming.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Good luck and.
And remember, backhand, just go to that sauce. Whenever you're in, just go to the backhand, fella.
Backhand sauce. That's it.
Thanks, Ike's, buddy.
Thanks, fella. Appreciate you.